Hi, my name is Maria Escalante and my team is made of Marisol Mendez, Fernando Pacheco, Jorge Perez, Elena Viles, and Jennifer Acero. We will to talk about future jobs.
In the era in that we are living with new technological and digital modalities, it is interesting to think about the new jobs of the 21st century. Will be like and what are the jobs being? The work situation at this time seems to indicate to be a time of much knowledge and new skills of development with technology, where we have all the tools to achieve our goals if we set ourselves. Nowadays, there are no limitations to create, innovate, and grow as whatever we want to become, since there are countless online courses, training, and there are no barriers informations for anyone. Although not all rosy, the future jobs of youth still have their disadvantages. So that in this essay, we will have as main objectives to make known the difference that exists between the works of before and the new jobs that are being realized now, as well as mentioning what will be the next jobs that will be our tools that are becoming known. And in the same way, we will show its advantage and disadvantage in order to inspire any applicant who wishes to dedicate himself to any of these new jobs or to finally make the decision to study what he likes.
Difference between the job before and the current ones of 21st century. There are many differences between the job of 20th century and before the 21st century. Have changed different ways of working to now to story. Likewise, thanks to this pandemic, they are experiencing new form of work have emerging that in the 20th century have not even imagined. Studies of food, clothing, electrical applications have been changing before you had to go to specific story by to this item that are necessary for daily life. But now, thanks to technological advance, we have had it's now possible to buy everything we need to with a simple application. In the 20th century, was necessary to have a specific localization that is favorable for the process of yourself, a favorable and spacious premise were very necessary and crowding to what you are going to solve. But now in 21st century, in which we are currently with a simple page to designing show what you're selling, and customers are evading little by little and ordering their order what are these. In past century, there were different jobs are no longer necessary and are already considered obsolete, such as Tom Curry was to know, official reports, information on the state of climates, among others. Also, to the matters make how was declined to repairing, flaming making wall materials. The alarm clocks were declined to waiting for people to no work but draping to windows with a roll or stone. Now, these jobs are no longer necessary. Other than application or lifestyle list that we country have, we also have new jobs such as beginning, YouTuber, application delivery person, basic designer, designing artifact cakes online, as mentioned before, and we even have online doctors.
Surely, there are companies that hiring a person will have benefits such as a good salary if it is or do it according to the experience, skill, knowledge, etc. That we have, there are benefit package that we can choose. For example, American insurance is one of the most important aspects. Also, in some case, you can transfer to member or ask for coverage to the whole family, depending on the terms and conditions. Nowadays, this is a great flexibility of work. This helps us to have a balance in relation to the personal work. In increasing if annual leave is another desirable option in a package of social benefits. The worker's status provides they shall not be less than 30 calendar days. There are companies that offer the help with teaching, guiding, or training. If the training program shows you are willing to invest in an employee's future and help him her progress in your organization. You can use external training centers or within the company, for example, with a mentoring program. If you do internal evaluation, you offer training and you can also offer them as a part of your benefit program. Finally, some companies give an employee birthday to rest, increasing their motivation.
As we know, at some point we have to work as a team, which brings you some inconvenience because not everyone knows who to work as a team. On the other hand, we assign tasks according skills to team members. The other side of deploying personal skills is that unique personality and essence may be lost. This is most importantly. This leads us to the conclusion that in any type of work and even in daily life, we find the problems that must be overcome first and try to solve them in the best way.
Passengers need technology of 21 century hard causing and particularly to generate costs to society, but is may as a cause of have disappeared. Actually, there are different types. We know we need to have how to use technology because it's fundamental and important today. Have good work and sexual salary. Today requires gov and families influencers. It is an work thing is done training social and made today many people want to do it furthering from education with you get have and to follow some regulation and sensitive to ask you for century requirement. Great example would be to have and question left is to get to have high school and university. If you want and go to have discipline in innovation technologies, you say have more opportunities having and create and content creator. Many people leave to the country to have better of job
Now,
opportunities.
technology has been developed in a large part and this has influenced current jobs. For better or for worse, really more for the better, since they often facilitate what is for the company or influence it most of the time. But have you ever wondered what it will be like in the future? If currently jobs benefit more for how it is in the 21st century, technology, speaking, etc. In the future, it will influence the jobs, so we consider that the next jobs could be like the ones mentioned below. 3D technician, now they began to create 3D printers, but in the future the mentioned work will be so that a special person can create things to perfection. It facilitator, whose role will be to create self-service platforms of technology and solutions. Especially in the food enterprise, this will consist of the transformation and processing of raw materials for human consumption and of product innovation to give them a larger life.